Well, Carolyn and Dave, Police Chief James Craig releasing that video of that officer-involved shooting. He says his officers were fired upon, therefore they took action and fired back.
8 shots fired in 5 seconds. 8 shots fired in 5 seconds.
Police Chief James Craig outlining the events that happened leading up to a deadly officer-involved shooting near San Juan and West McNichols around 12:30 Friday afternoon.
Officers from the 12th Precinct and the Gang Intelligence Unit were there engaging in surveillance.
Chief Craig says officers were in the area to make an arrest on a man the chief called Mr. Sylvester on a DEA warrant after a deadly shooting earlier this month.
The gentleman wearing the white T-shirt was the focus of their investigation. He was the individual being arrested.
Chief Craig says Mr. Sylvester was arrested without incident. However, during the arrest, the chief says Hakeem Littleton drew a handgun from his side pocket, pointed it at the officer, and fired.
We believe, based on our investigation, at that point he fired 2 shots in quick succession. Mr. Littleton continued firing his weapon even as he was on the ground. Officers have recovered 4 casings at the scene consistent with the weapon possessed by Mr. Littleton.
Police returning fire, hitting Littleton 4 times. Chief Craig says officers recovered a .25 caliber blue steel semi-automatic Beretta belonging to Littleton. The chief saying the officer who was fired upon is a hero.
Even though he was being fired upon, he did not have his gun out at that time, and he pursued this individual.
And Chief James Craig says this is still an ongoing investigation. Reporting live in Detroit, I'm Alan Campbell, 7 Action News.
All right, Alan, thank you so much for the live report. Our Team 7 coverage continues now with 7 Action News reporter Rudy Harper. Rudy also spoke with Littleton's mother. He joins us live with the very latest from his end. Rudy?
And Carolyn, those hundreds of protesters returned to the scene here of that deadly shooting tonight, but of course the rain dispersed them. Littleton's mother in anguish tonight. She told me her son did not deserve to be shot and killed. She told me he was shot multiple times, including twice in the head. I spoke to the family in front of the 12th precinct. They're demanding answers.
They need better training. Why you scared of a 20-year-old? Why you gotta pull a gun on a 20-year-old? Y'all, you can't have this. Aren't they supposed to be trained? All they want to do, what makes them a man, what gives them balls, is a gun. That's it.
A lot of emotions tonight. Hundreds of protesters were greeted by officers clad in riot gear. This was the scene unfolding right outside the 12th precinct. Protesters marched from 6 Mile and San Juan, where that deadly officer-involved shooting took place. One woman at the scene with her hands up in between protesters and police, trying to de-escalate the situation.
I got a black son.